So there's some insanely important information you need to know before you get started in Where Winds Meet. What's good, guys? This video is just that. It's going to show you a bunch of tips, tricks, and things that I wish I knew before I started my first character. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. You can skip to whatever you like in the chapter list down below. You know I got you. To start things off, character creation. So you need to pick between male or female in the very opening of the game when you select your character. You will not be able to naturally switch this out at any point in the game. If you want to change this, you're going to have to go into the pause menu after creating your first character, go into shop, and spend your real life money, which is over here in the top up, and you're going to have to get these right here, which are echo beads. You can then come over here to items, drop down to the transformation pill, and this is going to allow you to change your body type and reshape your appearance. Now, I'm going to repeat that again because I know a lot of people are trying to save money. Yeah, you have to spend your actual real life money in order to get a transformation pill, which is kind of insane. Now, let's say you created a face or customize a character and you just want to change their face type. That is something that you can do without spending your real life money. You want to go over to appearance in the pause menu, drop all the way down to here, and then from this place you can actually unlock a bunch of face preset options. Now in the beginning you will automatically have 4 face presets. If you want to make a new one, all you have to do is select an available one that you have, go ahead and do any changes that you want. You can even jump into the gallery and select some of these absolutely amazing presets that other creators have created. So let's just say I want Maho. I'll go ahead and push apply. I can then either copy the code or just go straight to the customization data. This is going to apply everything that I need for my character, which is going to be this right here, which is actually really phenomenal. Whoever did this did a great job. With that being said, if I want to keep this, I will go to preview, I will go to complete, and then it's going to say plan saved. How to save it, you go to customization plan and push OK. At this point, it's going to ask you for a specific currency in the game that you need to accumulate in order to buy a Water Lady script. If you have a Water Lady script in hand, you can go to the customization NPC in the game and switch your face up, no problem. Of course, you're going to have to buy one of these every single time you want to switch your face, but at least you don't have to spend your actual real life money to change your face in the game. Now, a lot of you may be asking, okay, what is that currency? If you come over to your money bag, there are 4 to 5 different currencies in the game that you will be able to get in the early hours. First is going to be the main currency, which is this right here, the 5 dynasty coins. The next is going to be the jade fish. The currency that you need for the spirit script is going to be the echo jade. And then finally, you have the commerce's coin. Now, the echo jade, I'm just going to be straight up with you. On this character, I have spent about 15 hours in game playing nonstop with a bunch of exploration, and I received 1,500 of these coins. So I would say you'll make about 100 of these coins an hour in playing the game. And different ways to obtain it is open world exploration, the arena, engagement rewards, as well as guild benefits and bonuses. Of course, if you get a battle pass and other things like that, you'll be able to receive more of those coins a lot easier. But for most of us who aren't spending any money, that's going to be how you get it for free. One more thing I want to let you know, currently you cannot delete your current character and start over as of right now after launch. They disabled that ability on the home screen, so you will no longer be able to do that. If you want to delete your character, you're actually going to have to contact customer support and have them delete it on their end, which is an entire hassle that I know a lot of people may not want to have to dig into. So just be careful when you're creating your very first character. I know for a lot of people it says free to play and everybody wants to know the gimmick. What exactly are you spending your real life money on in the game? There is a gacha system in this game, and that's going to be here in the shop. There's going to be a lot of premium and really nice things, battle passes and whatnot that you could spend your real life money on in order to get. But just to let you know, majority of everything in this menu is all cosmetic. So you have mounts, which I would definitely stay away from buying a mount unless you specifically want one of these for whatever reason, for roleplay reasons, because you're going to get the ability to fly a little bit later in your campaign. With that being said, I would avoid mounts. However, some of these outfits, which are some of the best looking outfits in the game, are locked behind money, but not all of them are locked behind money. Some of these can be discounted and or received in different ways through natural gameplay, which I'm going to go over in a separate video. However, as you can see here, there's different types of weapons, there's mounts, there's clothing, and there's animations. You have killing animations and cutscenes that you'll be able to get access to, as well as other accessories here that you can buy with your real life money. What you would do is you would go over to top up, spend however many coins, yen, or whatever your currency is for your country, go ahead and get the echo beads that you need, and then go ahead and purchase what you want from here. There's also a monthly pass, as well as 2 different types of battle passes. You have the Elite Pass and the Premium Battle Pass. For the Elite Pass, you will unlock the seasonal exclusive appearance rewards, as well as 1 additional medicine carry limit, 12 gear slots, and -10 aspiration points. For the Premium Pass, you're going to get the Portable Merchant, plus 2 medicine carry limit, and plus 18 gear slots, as well as the -10 aspiration points for all gear. So that's going to be the different levels to the battle passes. But to be honest with you, you can play this entire game and not spend a single dime on anything. And I would suggest, that you try to get as far as you can before spending any money whatsoever. Now, something else to look out for is the actual gacha system, which is right here, the draw. There is a pity system in place. That means if you do 150 draws in this system, you will automatically unlock a guaranteed legendary. That number is going to be present right here at the bottom of your screen. Now, that is separate for both the different types of draws in the game. You have Celestial Echo draws, and you also have the Solemn Echo draws. The Solemn Echo are kind of like the lower tier, where the Celestial Echo draws are the legendary higher tier. Now, if you actually want to draw from one of these loot pools, you'll be able to receive this for free in game. Coming over to your battle pass, you can look at your rewards, and everything on this top row here are something that you will naturally receive, are things that you will naturally receive while playing the game. Everything on the bottom row is attached to battle passes. Now, you can get the lowest tier battle pass and still receive all of these rewards. So don't feel like you have to get the premium version in order to get these rewards. That is not the case. But as you can see right here, just by playing the game naturally and reaching level 5, you will receive the Resonating Melody reward. If you have the battle pass, you'll receive 2 of the Lingering Melodies, which is the higher tier version. So without spending any money whatsoever, just by progressing through the game, you will receive these items so that you can do the sound of draw. The next thing we want to worry about in this game is going to be our martial arts. In this game, you will instantly receive the Nameless Sword as well as the Nameless Spear as soon as you start things off. At which point, you then will progress the main storyline and you will bump into an NPC that will offer you 1 of 4 different types of weapons. One of them is going to be a fan, which is for healers. Another one is going to be some type of spear, which is for tanks. You will receive a melee DPS twin blade, or the Vernal Umbrella, which is for ranged DPS. So at this point, you basically want to figure out which type of martial arts you want to be your main. For me, I selected the Panacea fan because it had healing, meaning that I don't have to cook items, I don't have to go out of my way to make potions and whatnot. I can just instantly heal myself anytime that I want while I'm playing the game naturally. So that's why I picked the Panacea fan. However, for you, you might want to go for a tank build, or maybe you want to be more ranged DPS, so you might want to go after the Umbrella. It's completely up to you what you choose, but at the end of the day, in the beginning, you can only choose one. You will be able to receive the other weapons throughout your playthrough. For example, if I want to be a tank later on down the road and I want the Thundercry Blade, all I have to do is come to this menu, go to Obtain, and go to Skill Theft. At which point, the game is going to show me exactly where the NPC is that I need to go ahead and steal that ability from. All you have to do is find that individual. You're going to do the skill theft minigame, and then you'll be able to unlock this from that character. Now, usually when you're doing that skill theft, there's going to be a little bit of a side quest to go along with it. So there's some interaction with some NPCs, but regardless, you'll still be able to get this fairly easily. The only issue with that is this location is extremely far from where you start the game off. So it's in your best interest to make sure that you're picking whatever playstyle you want in the beginning of the game so you don't have to suffer through a bunch of gameplay without your favorite weapon. Now, the last thing I want to go over is going to be the menus in this game. If you're on PlayStation, this menu system is extremely convoluted. Like, there is so much going on the screen at all times. And if you just want to turn things off, you can actually tap the touchpad and the pause button at the same time. At which point now I have the ability to have the HUD completely turned off and you can play the game like this. Whereas if you want to bring it all back, all you have to do is touch the touchpad again and push pause and you'll bring it all back to you. Now, a bunch of menus that you need to be aware of. If you touch the touchpad once, you're going to get two wheels. This wheel in the middle as well as the wheel over on the right hand side. If I push square, I'll be able to call over my mount that I received. You can actually find yourself a horse very easily in this game or steal one. It's completely up to you. I'll probably make a guide about that a little bit later on in the week. And in order to dismount this thing, you have to hold down L2 and push square. That took me like 5 minutes to figure out my first time. I tried everything, like the natural way that you get off of horses or anything in any other game, triangle O or whatever, and it didn't work. It's L2 square. Now, not just that, if you want to open up the menu, you have to push down on the X button. This will open up this entire menu for you, and you'll be able to switch between solo and multiplayer options. To wrap things up for today's video, let's go over the two different modes that you can play in. That's going to be solo mode versus online mode. So solo mode is going to be right here, and this is going to be the open world exploration. You travel the entire world at your own pace, you immerse yourself in it, and you will be able to progress the main storyline here. A bunch of side quests as well as other NPCs are all here for you. And there's going to be something called a breakthrough that you're going to have to deal with in order to level up the world and yourself. When you start this game off, you should be level 1 in solo mode. You want to come over here to the right and click on this. Once you reach level 15 in this game, you'll be allowed to use what's called a breakthrough. Once you have broken through, you're going to be able to increase your maximum level. Not only that, you'll also be increasing your maximum energy boost as well as your character attributes. Not only that, you're going to be increasing the rewards that you receive from enemies, enemy strength, and your maximum energy boost as well as character attributes. There's going to be a bunch of different rewards that you will receive as well, like currency and some other key items. So if you're interested in that, you can actually view all of that down here at the bottom. But be careful, once you have broken through on that level, you want to also level up your items in the game. So jumping into development and hopping over to your martial arts, for example, you want to make sure that you're leveling this up as well. If you have a level 16 item, but all the enemies on your screen are level 30, your weapons are going to be extremely weak. So make sure that you're putting your resources into your most valuable items. When you actually use a breakthrough, the game is going to gift you a bunch of weapons. And a lot of these weapons are going to be higher on the level cap versus your current weapon. So you may want to switch things up. Don't put your valuable resources into a weapon that you're definitely not going to be keeping for the remainder of the game. You will have so many different opportunities to upgrade to better weapons, so it's probably just in your best interest to go ahead and save your resources for weapons that you want to keep versus these early game weapons. The other mode that you can play in is going to be the online mode. Online mode is going to be where you join your friends and you play together, but you will not be able to progress the main storyline. There are some campaign quests, co-op quests that you can do together with your friends, but they will not be with the main story, so just take that in mind. There is also going to be an online mode level, so that is currently capped out until this will increase in the next couple of days. While online, you can do raiding, you can mess around with your friends, do a whole bunch of social options. When you're online, you can do raiding with your friends, you can participate in certain activities and events, and there's an entire social category in this game. Within the social tab, you have a whole bunch of different things you can get into: partnerships, intimacy, friendships, teams, and co-op, as well as some other things that are going to unlock in a couple of days. There's also going to be a shop in here, so if you're interested in the dye powder, some green ant wine, which you're going to be able to use on NPCs in the game as well to kind of build a relationship with them, and so much more. It's all going to be locked right in here. Now, one more thing that you can get into in online mode is going to be up here at the top, and that's going to be the time limited events. This event is going to be the Pardon Parade event. It's in progress right now. And here are a bunch of real life players that got into a little bit of trouble and are going to be paraded across the screen. You can join this at any time. They're going to come from the prison and be ridden around in a wagon, and then you can throw eggs at them and other cabbages and vegetables at them for them to be pardoned. It's kind of insane and a hilarious interaction, but it is in the game nonetheless. And just by participating in this as well as other social events, you're going to receive special tickets that you can then use on key items in the game. So it is something that you definitely want to get yourself into. Don't miss out on it, and experiencing it at least once might be kind of interesting. Unless it's going to be you in the wagon, then you might not like it so much. But that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Consider subbing to the channel so that you don't miss out on more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need to know for where wins meet. I got you covered. But now that's your boy MSensei HD. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.